All right.
What do you want me to do with them?
Sorry, everybody. Here we go. We got Vanguard. Those swarm things there are actually represent pterodons. We have skirmishing skinks. We have ancient steg with the blowpipe. 2 units of 15 Saurus warriors. We have 2 more units of 10 blowpipe skinks. We have a unit of 4 Croxagors. We got 15 Temple Guard with the Slan, which is represented by a Shaggoth, and we have another Ancient Stag with the Engine of the Gods, which really shouldn't be over there because you need it in the middle of your army for the bubble heal and stuff.
Yeah.
With the level 1, so you kind of really geeked that.
Out of room.
Renato got first turn. He just bought a brand new unit of 6 Skull Crushers and put them all together, and we're reading rules on them, and he was reading on the forums and seemed that Skull Crushers, even though they're Monstrous Cavalry, can still get their supporting attacks, but then we didn't see anything in the FAQ that says Monstrous Cavalry. Monstrous Beasts do, but didn't see anything about Monstrous Cavalry getting supporting attacks, but the Riders do. So that's our first question of the day on the basement. Renato has 2 chariots of corn, right?
3 chariots of corn.
The other one's over there. 3 chariots of corn. There's 2 there. He's got the Engine of the God again. He's got 24 corn warriors with halberds again.
Yep.
In no shields this time. Horde formation. He's got his itty bitty chimera over there in the last chariot. And I believe he got first turn, so he just flew forward after these guys right there. And we are on to Renato's magic. Movement magic. Renato's magic. All right, so magic. Renato tried to cast. What was that spell? Deny Bryce random movement or something. Acquiescence, and Bryce just dispelled it. So, movement magic shooting hand to hand. No. So this is Lizardmen turn 1. So Lizardmen first turn. Skinks jumped into the building. These skinks moved up. These skinks moved up. We just shuffled a little bit. And we have those swarms are representing pterodons. They flew over, landed there, and are about to drop rocks in the shooting phase. We'll get back. Alright, so in magic phase, with the engine way over there, we got the, what's that spell called for the level? Throne of Vines up on the Slan. And then he cast the bubble heal, or the 5-up ward from the engine on everybody. And then he took a bunch of shots. He had 2 dice 6 blowpipes, he had the salamander, and he had 30 skink guys shooting. Oh, shooting twice. You're supposed to shoot twice.
Oh.
I don't know how many times he geeked that.
Well, this unit definitely has to shoot again.
Yeah. And anyways, the only ones that did any wounds were the pterodons when they dropped rocks.
Maybe that's why it looks so small.
Yeah.
You asked them how many dice there are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah, you should have been around 20. Nothing. Alright, so anyway, so Juggernauts took 2 wounds, and we're on to Renato's turn 2. Okay, so after much debate, we got both chariots are in on those skinks there. Roll, get off the phone. Roll your channeling. Crushers made it in on a clip to those guys there.
What do you roll?
Warriors made it into the building against the skinks. Pterodons fled from the war shrine and bounced off the table. And we're on to magic. Alright, so wow, chaos, just all the skinks are gone. The 10 that were there, the 10 that were there, the 10 that were there, everything is gone in the building. Cast is in the building, and chariot is into the Croxagors, and that chariot overran to there, and that's where we are. So we're in Lizardmen turn 2.
Alright, on the next.
Okay, if they happen to win or something.
Yeah.
Alright, so in movement phase, Lizardmen, or move this over, charge the steg into those guys. The Saurus charged in, freed up these Saurus to charge the flank of them. And yeah, Engine of the Gods came over, so that's where we're at. Movement. Now we got magic. Alright, so in magic, Slan rolled up 12 dice and all of his other little extras that he can cast to do stuff. He has +4 toughness on the Saurus warriors now.
With a 5 regen.
From the Engine of the God, he's got the 5-up ward. And then he's got this spell that does 2 dice 6 strength 3 hits to anybody.
Strength 4.
Strength 4 hits to anybody in base contact with him on the Slan, which is being represented by that Shaggoth there.
No, this is for the unit.
For the unit, right. So that's movement, and we have magic, and appears to be no shooting because everything is dead. So we're on to magic shit hand to hand. Here we go. This kid's gonna find a way to win, I swear to God. Alright, so The blood crushers had to go up. They got charged by all this stuff. Ultimately, 5 wounds were done and 2 back. Whatever it was, I can't really remember. But the flesh to stone was the ass kicker. The blood crushers are going against toughness 8. So you need 6s to wound, and they also had the 5-up Gungan shield ward from the Engine of Gods. So yeah, that just didn't go well for them. They rolled a 9 to get away. Steg rolled an 8, and the Saurus Warriors actually matched it with a 9. Over here, we killed the chariot. The chariot ran through this Croxagores, and actually ran through the Temple Guard, ran through the Chimera, and was almost off the board. So it's over there. Didn't take any dangerous terrain tests, or took the test but passed them all the way through the board. The question was, does a fleeing chariot cause impact hits on the units that they go through? We didn't think so. So over here, the Saurus Warriors, after they beat the chariot, they only pursued 3, so couldn't get into anything. Over here, chariot did 6 wounds to the Croxagores, and they came back with 2. They needed 4 to stick. Lizardmen cold-blooded with the reroll. They got it on the first attempt. They got 4, so they're stuck there. And we're on to Renato's turn, and he's got warriors in the building, a chariot that's fleeing, a chimera, and a war shrine. So we're on to his turn. Alright, so charge phase. He rallied the chariot that was fleeing over there. Chimera went into the flank. After much debate and crying, we decided that the chariot is going into the front of the Saurus Warriors there, or Temple Guard rather. The Chaos Warriors exited the building there. War Shrine moved over there, and we were on to Magic Phase for Renato and Warriors of Chaos. Oh, yeah. No magic. He tried to cast the War Shrine spell and
Dispel some stuff.
Lizard. Oh, yeah, that's right. He used all of his dice to dispel Throne and the 2d6 Strength 3 to anybody in base contact. I forget the name of the spell. And then he cast the War Shrines thing and didn't get it off. So we're on to hand-to-hand.
Decide how you're moving.
Alright, so here, the Slan, he needed a 5 to stick, rerollable, and he did not get it, even with the cold-blooded, and they caught him, so they ended up there. In this combat here, the chariot lost against the Croxagores, and just got crushed, so now we're trying to figure out what Bryce wants to do with these guys, how he wants to reform them, and then we'll get back at the beginning, after movement, of Lizardmen. Turn, can't remember. So in movement phase, Croxagores just mashed test to go there to see that.
Reroll 6s.
They move there. These guys swift reform to try to get away from the Warriors of Chaos. Bryce just offered up his flank, Stegadon to the Chimera, and marched the Salamander up, and we are on to Magic, which he has a level 1. And what's the spell? What are you going to do?
I'm just going to cast Curse of the Midnight Wind on the Chimera.
Okay. It's not irresistible, but that's a lot.
What is there a limit? Is there a limit of dice I can use?
You can only use 6.
This is a 2.
So you want to reroll?
That's
You
alright.
just take the highest ones?
Yeah, I just took a 1 out.
No, he took a 4 out.
I took a 4 out.
What do you got?
16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23,
11,
24.
15, 16, 21.
Yes. Alright, so the Chimera is must reroll all 6s when rolling to hit, to wound, armor save, and armor saves.
Alright, and it remains in play, or
Till mana next magic phase.
alright, you want to just put it by?
Shot the War Shrine, did no wounds to it with the blowpipes from the Stegadon. To Renato's turn 4.
Champion turns into a demon prince.
So Magic Phase, you cast some stuff from the War Altar, and cast a spell where you have to pick a leadership test or suffer dice 6 strength 4 hits, and anyways, Bryce wound up passing his leadership test on it. So we're on a hand-to-hand with the Chimera versus Salamander. Chimera ate the Salamander, but the question was, Chimera killed the Salamander, what happens to the crew? In this case, we just fled the crew, but we don't know if the Salamander dies, the crew are gone. So anyways, that was a question we
Also,
had.
rerolls. How many times do you
Oh,
reroll?
how many times do you reroll? Because Bryce had the spell that makes him reroll 6s to hit, to wound, and armor save of a 6. And so if you re-roll that dice once and you get a 6 again, do you still have to keep re-rolling it? That was the other question we had.
I don't think you do.
And Renato says no. I say yes
Bert
because
says yes.
We played it like yes, though.
we played it like yes, that you have to keep re-rolling it. I'm sure there's somewhere in the book that clarifies that, but so that's it. So Renato, that's done. Your turn, whatever that was, 4. Bryce's turn 4 coming up. All right, so movement phase, the Croxagores and the Steg made into contact with the War Shrine, and Bryce failed the swift leadership test to march move with those guys, so they're there. Stegodon, the Engine of the Gods, moved up to there, and these Saurus Warriors took advantage of a flank move and lost, 4 guys to dangerous terrain, charging through the woods, and they're in the flank of the Chimera. We'll be back after magic. Oh, my good. All right, so I just discovered that I've been instructing the Portent of Warding with the Lizardmen. 5-up ward, it's only from ranged attacks. It's not from close combat also. So that was a big goof. So that might have made the whole Juggernaut combat better. But that's why we play the game, to learn. This is going to be Bryce's tournament list for Buckeye Battle, so... What, Renato's got
It would have
something
definitely
to say?
killed all of those Croxagores.
Oh, yeah. Would have definitely killed all the Croxagores when the Chariot went into it. So that's a different game. All right. Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll be back. We're speeding up the game because we got about 10 minutes left to play. And the Chimera went in there and smacked down the Saurus Warriors for 5 wounds and did none in return. And then Saurus broke. Chimera caught them, and now we're on to Renato's turn. After he caught them, he flew them over here. And these Chaos Warriors are actually, instead of the whole unit moving up, these Chaos Warriors just moved up to there. And then Renato squeaked in this Chariot to come and attack here. And we're going to challenge with this Chaos Lord in there. And this is going to be the doom of the Lizardmen right here, because we just don't have the points.
The War Shrine for the Eye of the Gods gets a 6.
All right, so here's what happened. The Stegodon fled, needed double 1s. That whole challenge thing really screwed the pooch there. Couldn't get all of his attacks on there. And in the overrun, the War Shrine would have made it into the Engine of the Gods. The Chariot only rolled a 3 on overrun, and then we just played through Bryce's turn 5. He probably would have charged the Saurus Warriors into the flank of the War Shrine. We didn't roll it up because, again, War Shrine guy would issue a challenge, which the mage on top of the Engine of the Gods could not refuse. So the best combat resolution that Bryce could have going in would be 2 ranks, a banner, a charge, and a flank, which is 5. And the Chaos War Shrining guy would probably do 5 wounds. This would be a drawn combat, and probably Lizardman would win by the musician. So to save time, we just rolled it off, and he's stuck. So the rest is just mop up, because the Chimera would go into the side or the rear. The Warriors would go into probably the side of the Saurus Warriors. So it's a very decisive victory, even though I totally screwed up the 5-up ward save. And but Renato came out the big winner again, wiping the table with us. Lizardmen first loss. How you feel, Bryce?
Not good.
And he lost.
Fall to 15-1.
and he lost one of my green dice. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll post.